My name is Katie, and I recently had the pleasure of experiencing a past life regression, which wonderfully transitioned into a Life Between Lives session, as facilitated by the wonderful Ezgi. So, a little bit more about how I was led up to this experience. I have been on a spiritual journey for maybe the last 2 years, and I have already tried doing a past life regression before with another facilitator. But what I found then is that I wasn't quite able to really ease and relax into it, to get into a state to experience a past life regression as I've read that they typically happen. And instead, I did a bit of other healing and therapy work in that session. So coming into the session with Ezgi, I had already had this one failed experience under my belt, and I would say that for that reason, I experienced a bit more nervousness around whether it will work the next time around. And I was pleased at how Ezgi handled the situation, answered all of my questions, and really made me feel at ease to the point that I could really allow my body to surrender and to be able to shut off the thoughts and have a successful session in which I was wowed by what I experienced. So Ezgi did a wonderful job in that sense, even prior to the session itself. In the session, I was led beautifully with questions that I feel really helped me to trust myself in what I was sensing and what I would have otherwise doubted if I was actually seeing or not. But little by little, I became more at ease and more comfortable with trusting the process, and with her help of really allowing myself to go deep and to see what I saw in a past life of mine. Now, she was also careful in setting the intentions for the session, which I later found was so important because I was able to get a question answered around trauma in this lifetime and where it may have come from. And I found answers to that question related to sexual trauma in my case, and painful sex in particular. So it was really interesting to find that kind of information in a past life of mine, and Ezgi made it seem so effortless to lead me there and to really fulfill my full intention that I was going into the session with. Now, without my expectation that this will happen, but knowing that it's a possibility, the past life regression session turned into a Life Between Lives session, and I was able to meet my guide, my group, and had a wonderful experience that I wouldn't be able to put into words right now, especially around transitioning from a death experience into the Life Between Lives session. And I was really grateful for Ezgi for really allowing me the time to feel and experience that without feeling rushed and without feeling like I need to be elsewhere, because the ecstasy I had in my body was something that I really wanted to savor, and I'm glad I had the chance to then, because I still remember it as though it was yesterday. So that was wonderful. And she really took advantage to make the best of it. It was my very first time, and I didn't quite know what the possibilities are, but her leading and making me feel at ease still in that environment of uncertainty was really, really helpful. So if you're considering doing any sort of session with Ezgi, I would highly recommend. She's wonderful to work with, and yeah, you won't regret it. So please don't miss out on the opportunity to have your life changed in such a profound way, in such a personalized adventure and experience. Past life regression really is quite the treat. So thank you, SP, for such an amazing experience. I'm so grateful to you and the kind of work that you're doing in the world. All the best.